Okay, thanks everybody for joining us. We've got some familiar faces. Jack, we just met the other day, and Angus, and obviously Ian, close friend of the program. So thanks again for taking the time, to out of your day to join us and cover the football program. We appreciate, your guys' commitment to getting our product out there to the campus and community. So we're obviously very excited about the return of football here at Queens. Our student athletes have been working hard, waiting for these types of moments, and they're just days away. But ultimately, we're prepared and focused on preparing for, just the practice tonight and the preparation leading up to the game. So that's really where our focus is all the preparation leading up, meetings, workouts, and practices. And, our team's really bought into that, and I'm proud of them for doing so. So we got a great group of young men. They're really coming together, working together, establishing a foundation of reliability and work ethic and commitment to our program. So really looking forward to continuing to work with them.
Thanks, Steve. We'll open it up to questions now. Again, if you have a question, please use the raise hand function, and I'll get you over to Steve. Reminder, the raise hand is in the actions button on.
I don't see it.
That's okay. Go ahead, Ian.
Hey, Steve. Thanks. Yeah, just again, I think I asked you this before, but and you didn't really have an answer, just because it's probably impossible to have an answer even now. But do you know anything about your opposition going into Saturday? Anything from 2 years ago you can use? Or
yeah, for sure. Their head football coach is back for another season, and he's a very established coach in our league. And their defensive coordinator is back as well. So we, should see some similarities from a defensive perspective that we saw throughout the 2019 season. One thing you get with Carleton is, a team that's got great measurables. You look at the size of the offensive line, it's going to be a very big offensive line. The vast majority of players are prototypical size, in terms of size and speed and strength. They have a great athletic team across the board at just about every position. So, we're going to have to, be prepared for, the styles of offense, defense, and special teams that they play to the best of our ability. And we're going to have to find great matchups and really rely on our ability to execute our system and try to contain some, really talented players that Carleton has.
if I could ask just one more, what do you think your strengths are going into the game on your side of the ball?
Yeah, I like to think it's our offensive line. That's, the pride of our program and what we're going to build our program around. And we've been very diligent with that for the last couple of years now. And I think you're starting to see the benefits of, an offensive line that is big, strong, athletic, and really dialed in and does a great job of communicating with each other and working together. So I think, we're going to lean on our offensive line.
Do you anticipate a high scoring game or a low scoring game?
I hope we score a lot of points, and I hope they don't. That's for sure. But it's really it's tough to anticipate anything at this point. We're a few teams coming off not playing for a season, and it's really difficult to tell where anyone is. And I can imagine there's going to be some feeling out early in the game to some extent on both sides, and people just getting used to playing. But our goal is to attack. We want to start fast and attack things, and we want to finish things. So we hope to come out guns blazing and making an impact early in the game, but it's really tough to tell where this game is going to go.
Great. I have one more, but if anybody else wants to go before me, I don't want to hog Steve's time.
You can go ahead, Ian. I'll run down the list.
Last one. Have you just decided on a quarterback? I know there was, you said there were 3 or 4 that looked good at camp.
Yeah, we have decided on a quarterback, and we've had a number of guys play at a really high level and do a good job and improve every day, and that's been amazing to see. So we have decided internally on our starting quarterback. We came to that decision essentially after our scrimmage on Saturday. So Sunday we made the final decision there, and we've got our depth chart set at that position, and it'll be a kind of a game time announcement to the public. But we'll keep that one under wraps. But we're really excited about the group.
Great. Well, thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Ian. I'll just run down the list because I don't see the raise hand function. So Jack, let me know if you have any questions, and you can ask Steve your questions now.
Thank you for taking the time. I think one of the questions I have is maybe about how the younger players have been feeling about kind of opening the season on the road, and maybe talk about the attitude in the locker room about starting on the road.
Yeah, that's a really good question, and I'm not exactly sure how to answer it. It's tough to get a feel for what the team feels about being on the road or away, because our focus is actually still just on our preparation. So when you're around our team, really what you get the feel for is the practice that's coming up tonight. And last night, our last interaction with them before they come back in today for meetings and practice was just meetings and practice. And then, after practice, it was, connecting with each other, spending some time together, and then heading home. So our team's just so dialed into the preparation. That's kind of what it's all about for us. So we just take it one day at a time. We focus on improving each day and enjoying meetings, enjoying practice, and enjoying workouts.
Can I ask another? Is that
Yeah,
so?
go ahead.
About the meetings, are those occurring in person, or are those occurring virtually? I'm just curious about the kind of if the pandemic has affected how those types of interactions have taken place among the team.
Yeah. So the pandemic has definitely impacted our ability to meet and the style of meetings we have. So traditionally we are in person. During the pandemic, we've been virtual, and now we have kind of a combination, and we do our meetings outdoors. So to allow for spatial distancing and safety precautions. So outdoor meetings are critical for us, and we set up some areas where our players can get some fresh air, stay spread out, but still be in person and dialed into what's on the screen, and then transition directly to the practice field after. So that's been great.
I think that's all I have. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Jack. And I'll go to Angus Mary with the Queen's Journal now. Angus, if you have some questions, fire away. Thanks.
Yeah. Hey, Coach. How's it going? I just have one question relating to Carleton. You guys have had a losing record against them in the past few years. Do you feel that there's, I wouldn't say any bad blood, but do you think there's a bit of an extra chip on your shoulder, or at least some of the players have an extra chip on their shoulder just going into this game?
Yeah, our team is built to respect every opponent that we play, because everyone's dangerous, and you have some type of history with everyone. And our game against Carleton in 2019 was opening week at home, and it was a really close football game. It actually came down to essentially the last play of the game. We attempted a pass into the end zone that was incomplete that would have secured us the game. So I think for our older guys, they certainly remember that. Our team is so young that, there's so many guys on our team that weren't there for that. So it's tough to say, if there's bad blood. There's certainly a lot of respect for, the opponent and what they're capable of and the style of football team they are, and the challenges and the, threats that they present. But ultimately, again, our focus just seems to be inwards right now at our football team, and, building ourselves into, reliable teammates, and continuing to work the process of improving every day in practice and in meetings and in workouts. So that's really where the focus is at. We've certainly prepared, schematically and tactically for Carleton for the last few days. But really, it's just about us coming together and going out and playing the best football we can.
Yeah, that's all I have. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. One more quick minute here. If you have any extra questions, please let me know. But if not, I want to thank you for joining, and thank you, Steve, for taking the time to meet everybody. Luck this weekend in Ottawa.
Good. Thanks a lot, guys. Looking forward to seeing you again next week, and hope you enjoy the game and all the games this weekend as OUA football returns and Queens football returns.